I got it.
I said ha! Did you hear me? I'll text you.
I can't stand it when the crew brings food on the set.
I want a chair with my name on it like the people actors.
As soon as I finish this scene, I have to go to my trailer and whiz.
This glass is thick, right? He's not going to come in here? Oh, good. Na. Loser! Don't breathe on the glass, you idiot.
Hey, Butch, what time is lunch today?
So, Butch, when's the last time you've been trimmed? Oh, you'd make a nice winter coat.
Yes! The kennels! Where they will be forever!
What's the line?
Hey, Diggs, you can't eat your co-stars.
Bye-bye, thanks for coming. Tell all your friends we're open all night. What? Don't get in my lap, you idiot. It's not a lap dance. God, you're in my shop. God, I can't work like this. He's poking me with his quills. There's one for the gag reel. I really don't want to talk about this on vacation, but they pay me a bunch of money to listen to these people for a few weeks. And then, in the end, I get a whole new set of humans on the next movie. Cats rule.
Ιατρικοί διάλογοι. Ιατρική εκπομπή με θέματα εξαιρετικού ενδιαφέροντος που αφορούν στο πολυτιμότερο αγαθό, την ανθρώπινη υγεία. Κάθε Δευτέρα και Τρίτη στις 9 το βράδυ, καλεσμένος εκπομπής ο Dr. Κυριάκος Μπρέμπος, χειρουργός, ουρολόγος, ανδρολόγος. Ιατρικοί διάλογοι στο Channel 9.
Κατάλληλο για άνω των 8 ετών.
What do you see?
Everything. That is my curse.
Oh, how I've missed you, Holmes.
Have you? I barely noticed your absence.
You know, I think a lot of reading a great story happens in your head and you're kind of developing the imagery. Obviously, we take care of that somewhat, but I think it's really got a good sense of fun. It's got a good heart to it. It's really kind of emotionally weighty.
Who are you two?
Concerned citizens.
Mr. Holmes? I have a feeling you're in danger.
Are you sure you want to play this game?
I'm afraid you'd lose. Oh dear.
I think it's probably the closest thing to a real Conan Doyle Holmes versus Moriarty story that's been depicted yet, so that makes me particularly proud.
To be honest, the one thing I was scared about coming into the second was that would we be able to just pick it up again, or was it something that just happened? And from the get-go, from our rehearsals over at Robert's house prior to filming, we really slipped straight back into it. And if anything, because we didn't have to get to know each other, this one I hope has benefited from the fact that we were working that process from before shooting rather than discovering it as we went along.
Your hedge needs trimming. I don't care where you are. I'm not going to play this game. I have to catch the last train.
Oh, that's you dead, I'm afraid.
You win. I lose. Game over.
Still don't see me. Quelle surprise.
I feel about Jude the way Sherlock feels about John. You know, I love the guy. like brothers. The funny thing too is we have this very gentlemanly relationship with each other, where we kind of show up and set up shop and then work our asses off and tear through fights and work through scenes and have this kind of incredibly close relationship. There's very much this sense of he and I are kind of like roommates in this big trial, because it's always a bear getting through all of the different crucibles that it takes to try to get something like this right, you know. So I just couldn't ask for a better partner.
I suppose in general what we really wanted to try and do this time was run with the relationship, because whilst you got a good sense of it in the first, we also had to work quite hard obviously to introduce the characters, to introduce the world, and to give, not backstory, but give a sense of what to expect from them. And now people know that, we were able to sort of start from the get-go at a faster rate and with more, I wouldn't say eccentricity, but with more breadth.
Has all my instruction been for naught? You still read the official statement and believe it? It's a game, dear man, a shadowy game. We're playing cat and mouse, the professor and I. Cloak and dagger.
I thought it was spider and fly.
I'm not a fly, I'm a cat.
Not a mouse, but a dagger. You're drinking embalming fluid.
Yes. Care for a drop?
Is always excellent, never not fantastic. And just to watch his growth, his evolution is just a joy, you know, to see him finally get the acclaim that he deserves and the accolades that he, you know, that warrants his performances. I mean, people really love watching him. And I mean, it took, you know, Iron Man, Tony Stark, to really make them take notice, but he does a brilliant job for us in Sherlock Holmes.
I think he's one of the greatest. I think he, you can feel, you know, when you're working with him, but also when you watch him on the screen, that he, it's like he's exploring things, and he's like scanning his surrounding, and he has a very sharp eye, and you can really see, like, yeah, he knows a lot of stuff. And I think that his Sherlock is very, he's almost like he's dancing around, you know.
I think what Robert gets across of Holmes is something of the sort of exquisite artistry of him, the sort of the humour, the physical courage, and the impatience. I mean, you know, he's a man you'd want to please. You wouldn't want him to call you out for a fool. You know, he can do withering looks very quickly and well, Robert. But he's likeable, and there's something of the pained romantic about him.
I'm not going out with you dressed like that.
Would you prefer I joined you in the fashion faux pas of wearing fine military dress with that heinous handmade scarf?
Oh, how I've missed you, Holmes.
Have you? Why? I've barely noticed your absence. Then again, I'm knee-deep in research. Extracting fluids from the adrenal glands of sheep and designing my own urban camouflage. All the while verging on a decisive breakthrough in the single most important case of my career, perhaps of all time.
Stephen is a one in a million. He's a fine actor, he's a brilliant writer, he's an exceptional bon vivant, and one of the most generously intelligent and eloquent and charming men I've ever met.
I couldn't have jumped further, harder, faster, higher when I was asked if I was interested in Mycroft. I thought it was a wonderful gig, as you might say. I mean, a character I've always been fascinated by. He's been played wonderfully in the past by actors like Christopher Lee and Charles Graham and many others.
Great Britain is very much in love with him because of his generous wisdom, I think, more than anything. And there is a lot of him in Mycroft, oddly. That's why it's such a brilliant piece of casting.
I can't claim to look much like Robert, if only. But it seems to, people seem to accept it, that I'm an older brother. So I'm thrilled.
Where the Hackney carriage by which you arrived had a damaged wheel.
Yes, the left. And it's plain to the meanest intelligence that you have recently acquired a new bow for your violin.
Same bow, new strings.
And may I deduce that you, who rarely strays from the path that runs from your home to the Diogenes Club, and never on a Monday, when they serve your favourite potted shrimps, must be here for some far more important reason than my stag party.
You know, he's nothing like as slow-witted as you'd been leading me to believe, Shirley.
I think that's always that's the dilemma Watson faces. He wants the good life with his wife, a safe life, a secure life. He wants to please her, and yet there's a little bit of the old soldier in him, a pioneering spirit, and the thrill of the chase. And you know, he undoubtedly has great times when he's on a case with Holmes.
Come in.
Oh, yes, Pete.
We didn't order that. Without compliments, sir. Thank you. Put it there.
I think it's time for you to leave.
Watson and Mary, well, he's pretty torn, isn't he, with his life? He doesn't know where to go. I mean, he loves Mary, but he's so driven with his work and his life with Sherlock. It's just that's his thing.
It's not my best disguise, but let me do.
What is really exciting is when you get to know a character and you really feel comfortable that your interpretation of the character is working, and just trusting that you can trust yourself, trusting your instincts, trusting a sense of clarity as to where and how that person will respond, and what they'll say.
Black one is yours, grey one is mine, and this is for you.
Right. Where are the wagons?
The wagon is too slow. Can't you ride?
It's not that he can't ride. How is it you put it home?
They're dangerous at both ends and crafty in the middle.
How can we make this more manageable?
Slow and steady with the race.
I think Holmes has just done what he said he was going to do, that he reopened the case on Moriarty, and he's probably wondering if and how Adler, how Irene is going to be caught up in that web of deception. So I think he's really quite concerned. He takes it seriously, you know.
3 men have been following you for the last half mile. Their motives highly unsavory.
Oh, and by the way, they're not pursuing me. They're escorting me, and instead of 3, there seems to be 4.
Steady hands with that, Irene.
Oh, I don't think it's my hands you have to worry about. Now, be careful with the face, boys. We do have a dinner date tonight. Don't fill up on bread.
She's very different from other characters that I've played, and she's, you know, she can be quite cheeky, and she's always got something up her sleeve, so there's, you know, lots sort of going on behind the curtain, and yeah, and so you get to play different intentions, and I'm confused by her at times, and in her mystery, and you know, and the relationship between Robert and I was really fun. That's a fun dance, and getting the pitch of that just right, and so, you know, it can be quite playful, and then there's drama and danger and all the good stuff.
Do you have the letter?
It was taken
Taken.
during the chaos created by your package. Thank you. Perhaps if you had shared your plans.
You wish to know my plans now, do you?
This one has a couple mysteries. There's a couple going. I mean, there's a couple. There's A, a B, a C, probably a D story at the same time. But the primary mystery is that, you know, Sherlock is convinced that Moriarty is, you know, a really evil guy, and he really has had his hands in a lot of things. And of course, nobody sees it but Sherlock, and he has to prove that, and he has to figure it out, and of course he does. But I mean, it's a complex web that Moriarty has created.
It's kind of, you know, the first supervillain